Hi everyone, this is Ifoma, your favorite relationship and destiny coach, and I sincerely want to welcome everybody to Oma Therapy City, the very city for the young. So, what do we do in Oma Therapy City? We actually run a global work, right? Like a global work that has to do with young people. We actually want to help young people to discover who they are, know what they are, and know what they can actually achieve in life. And we also help them by empowering them or electing them on how they can actually live beyond mediocrity. So our mission is to help your people to realize how they can live beyond mediocrity. So we don't just talk about relationship here. We talk about life itself, talk about purpose, destiny, and vision and all that. And we also talk about marriage and little more about relationship. So we believe that life is being bounded by all these things. So if one actually wants to live beyond mediocrity, one needs to be like one needs to be exposed to these kind of things and know what it means and what it tells and the season is supposed to take place in their life and all that. So today I'm going to be talking about peoples. Peoples is one thing that I know that young people really want to know. Like, yes, I've really taken my time to ask some people questions, and majority of the young people I ask this question about who are you, they don't really understand what that means. Like, most of them really do not know who they are, and those that know, they're not really convinced that this is who I am. And there's something else I found out, that these young people that ask this question, they have this craving in them. Like, they don't know who they are, but they still want to know who they are. So most people that are really intentional, or they're already intentional, or they're already in their paths of finding who they are, will find this video very helpful, because I'm really going to share some helpful tips on how you can trace your life purpose. The truth is that nobody's gonna tell you who you are. Like, as long as life is concerned, as long as it's your life we are talking about, even your pastor cannot save you, even your mommy, your daddy will not even tell you that this is who God says you are. Right? What we are supposed to do for you is to help you to think. What we're supposed to do for you is to help you, is to guide you on how you can go through the process. But trust me, you are the one who's going to go through the process. You are the one who's going to go back to God and pray. You are the one who's going to be so intentional about who you are, and so intentional about not being small and all that. So you are the one that's going to do the work. So what we're going to do for you is to help you, is to give you guidelines, is to help you think and help you trace. So this video, I'm going to be helping you to trace your life purpose by these things I'm going to share with you. So before we go into it, please kindly like this video and share my video. Make sure you stay to the end of this video to give me a response in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, don't just do it and go. Click on that bell. You will see personalized, and click on it. You will always get notifications when you personalize your subscription, and you always get notification whenever I release a new video. All right, let's go into it. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be so brief and precise. Why? Because I believe that every good message should be brief and straight to the point. So let's not waste time and look into what we are here for. So today I'm going to talk about purpose and how you can actually trace your life purpose. Most people really want to know what purpose is all about. They want to find out who they are. They want to do this. Calm down. So your long curvy video, Semo and all these things is here. So just relax and listen. Now, what is purpose? I'm going to use some few things to explain purpose to you, but let's start with the simplest definition of purpose. Purpose can be defined as the reason for a product. Now, I'm going to use goods and services to help you understand more better what purpose is all about. Now, when I say that purpose is the reason for a product, if I'm actually a manufacturer and I can't just wake up in the morning and start making a product without a specific thing this product is supposed to serve, right? So every producer or manufacturer really have seen the problem and they are making this product because this product needs to serve. Now the reason why they are making this product is because they have seen the problem somewhere, and they have given this product the ability to deal with this problem. Now the manufacturer is bringing it to you and telling you that this is a product that can serve you, that can take away this problem. Okay, I'm going to use this sell certainty to give you an example. Like in business, there is something called sell certainty. Now, sell certainty is the ability of the producer or manufacturer to convince someone about the certainty of his or her product. Telling someone that, hey, I believe in my product, and I'm giving you this product because I believe in it. I'm the one that made this product, and I know what I've really added to this product. Now, when I tell you that this product can serve you for this, trust me, it will serve you. And if you eventually do not really see the need, or this my product now fails you in this aspect, bring it to me. It's like one of the ways you can actually trust the manufacturer. This is them having that conviction and believe in their product, because why? They really know what they have like added to it. So for someone to tell you that washing machine can wash all dirt, can clean up all stain in your clothes and all that, now you trying to use it, you are using it because you believe the manufacturer has said that. And for that manufacturer to come out and tell the public that this is my machine invented by me, and I'm telling you that this machine can do it. Now this manufacturer have that conviction in himself that this my product can actually solve this problem. All right, so for him to see a problem and believe in that his product is called certainty. Now when you bring it to life, purpose is like a certainty of life, right? The certainty of your living, let's use it like that, the certainty of your living. Now for God to have that conviction that, hey, things will not really go wrong. Why? Because I have a son there, I have a daughter there. This is like, what are the things that God has seen and like he brought you to earth? The reason why God brought you to earth is your purpose. Now, for Jesus to come on earth means that there was a lot of things going wrong, right? There was darkness in the world, and Bible said that Jesus is the light of the world. Now, even when God created human beings and all that, God still sends some darkness, some deficiency in the world and all that. Now, for Jesus to come on earth to die for us means that was a problem, right? That was like a division in the relationship between God and man. And Jesus came, and when he came, what did he just do? He restored that relationship. This is the reason why you can go to your room, you can kneel down and say, Lord, I pray, I ask. When you communicate with God directly and all that. Jesus is the reason why these things are possible today. Now imagine if Jesus did not come, we wouldn't have had that close relationship with God. So the reason for Jesus coming is for this type of things that we are really enjoying. Now, what is the reason why you are living? You can't just come on the earth and exist for a while and disappear, and that will be it. Most people are actually like that. They just live and disappear and all that. But there should be a reason. There should be I don't know. There should be a legacy that you and like every single person needs to live before they die. This will help you. This will help other people that are coming up to follow your footsteps and all that. So purpose in a nutshell, let's just summarize it. Purpose is the reason why life is given. Purpose is a certainty of a product. Purpose is the reason why you are still alive. Purpose is the reason why God still preserve you and your family to this day. Purpose is the reason why God still preserve your life. Like if God sees something else coming to you, God said no, that this person has a specific thing to do for me, and it's not yet time for him to like leave. So purpose is that thing that gives God conviction that no, things cannot go wrong because I have my son, because I have my daughter. Now you should be asking yourself, okay, if purpose is the reason why I'm alive, how do I find out my purpose? There are lots of ways that you can actually trace your life purpose. Things that I did that helped me, because I discovered my purpose when I was in secondary school. Then 2 years after my secondary school, my purpose became so clear that I'm so convinced to tell you that this is what God says about me. And I'm not saying that my pastor said, I'm not telling you that my mother said, I am telling you directly that this is what God said about me. And I'm so sure that, hey, this is where my life is going to. Now, I'm going to share with you how I did it and make you understand that you can actually do the same and know who you are within a very short time. Because what gives God that joy and all that is when he sees his people, or when he sees his daughter or son coming to him at a point that your voice becomes familiar because of this consistencies of prayer and all that. When you keep on praying, God, I want to know who I am, who am I? Tell me what do you have in mind bringing me on earth? Then there's nothing that gives God more joy than saying that. I'm telling you that even if I'm not God, like a human being that I am, there is nothing that will stop me from giving you or telling you my intention about your life and all that. So imagine if it's God, a merciful Father, something like that. So let's go to the first one. How do you trace your life purpose? First of all, look at your life right now, right? And look at the natural things that you can do without putting in much effort. Like, this thing can really be so underrated. Yeah, look at your life right now and tell me what are the things that you can do naturally without really putting much effort. Like, you do it more, you're just good in it. You are so excellent in doing that. You don't really put much effort, you don't practice much. When you just give in your time, stay in a quiet place, you see yourself doing that. All these things are called natural abilities, and they can also be called potentials and talent. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's always a misconception. People really misplace this too, like these purpose and potentials. People often think that when you know your talent is equivalent to your purpose. And most people, like, when they are in search of their purpose, when they find out their potential and ability, they assume that God have really answered them, and they will start living their life as if their potential is what they are called to be, something like that. Now, I'm going to tell you the difference between your potentials and your purpose. Your potential is not your purpose. Your talents is not your purpose. Rather, they are the tools that God has given to you to work with in your field of purpose. Now, your potentials and your talents are going to give you edge. They're going to help you. These are the things you'll be working with. Not really that this is who you are. All right. If, for example, let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, I'm a washing machine, and my purpose on earth is to clean up messes in your clothes, render them so clean, so germ free and bacteria free and all that. All like other ways of washing your clothes and all that. I can do it more better as a washing machine. Now, I can't really do this work if I am not really equipped somehow. If I'm not really equipped somehow, I need a control button, right? I need some information that will tell me what to do. Even though I'm not a human being, I'm an object as a washing machine. And you cannot just get a washing machine and it will start washing immediately. There's some processes you need to undergo. Click on the button. First of all, put in your clothes inside where it's supposed to be, close it, and do the needful before you start washing. Now, those information that are being added to the washing machine, those other things that help the washing machine to carry out the particular reason why it is being created, that stuff is called potentials. Now, potentials are like supplement, they're like the things that will help you to actually solve your real purpose on earth. Like, solve the real problem that you are brought to earth to do. Like, I don't know if you understand, but these are the things that will help you. And one other thing you should know about talent is that talent attracts people to you. You get your talents are like an attractant, right? It's bring you to great men. Now, this is to tell you that you cannot actually start living your purpose if you're not making use of your potentials. So that is why I always tell young people that if you really want to know who you are, ask yourself, what are the things that I can do naturally? What is my talent? What is my potential? Because when you get to know those things, you are very, very close to knowing your purpose. Because when those things come out, when men sees it, even if you don't understand, like, people will start telling you that this is this, you can actually do this. Now it's left for you to like sit down and ask God, okay, I am doing this more very, very well. What exactly am I supposed to use this thing to do? Most people that sing, like they don't really understand why they're singing. They just feel like they have a nice voice and maybe it's a talent, and maybe that's what they are called to do. They will kind of interpret it like, I am born to sing. But you don't know, in the course of the singing, you are changing some life. You are transforming a lot of people. In the course of your singing, when you sing, people shed tears because your voice sing. You solve a lot of problems. Someone can be so heartbroken and listen to your music. You yourself, you may just be there singing. You don't really understand what is going on, but you are actually transforming life through your talent. So that stuff that problem that you are solving indirectly or directly that you don't know is actually your purpose. Now your talent is what is gonna use, like, it's a kind of a channel to problem solving, right? So let's look at number 2. Now the second way to trace your life purpose is by finding out the things that you hate happening. Most people will not tell you this. They'll always tell you, if you want to find your purpose, go for things that you like, things that you love. What are the things that you do naturally and you don't put much effort? That one is still there, but this second one is also, it's going to give you more clue than the first one, because the things you hate seeing, the things you hate happen, you hate seeing them happen, the things that irritates you gives you a more sharper clue on how on your purpose and all that. Now let me explain this thing better. Now when you hate a particular thing, when you hate a particular thing happening, there is always this zeal to come out and do the right thing. There's always this zeal to come out and show people the right way. There's always this zeal to come out and say enough is enough. You get? There's always this zeal to to take things your way. You feel like your way is the best because you see them happening the wrong way. Now this is a clue that you are actually called in this field. Someone can actually hate seeing a lot of people getting pregnant, or see a lot of rubbish stuff happening in a relationship. It gets you angry when you see a lady getting pregnant and without a husband, or maybe out of wedlock. You feel so angry, like, why would you allow a boy to deceive you? Now when you have that anger will make you to come out publicly and tell young people, young ladies, see, stop doing this. You come out and talk to some young people. Now by the and the process of talking to them, you don't know, directly or indirectly, you are actually fulfilling your purpose, because you are actually talking to life directly. And at a point, you may start seeing yourself doing things that you don't really like ever imagine doing. Now because of the things that you hate happening, it triggers you to solve a particular problem. It triggers you to move. It triggers you to do some things and make things go in order. Now most people don't really know or understand their purpose, but they just find themselves doing it just by following their emotion towards what they hate. So at the cost of following their emotion towards what they hate, they find out that this is my purpose and they stay there. I'm one of the persons that find my purpose through these means of what I hate. I know I have a lot of things I love that is still connected to my purpose, but the easiest way, or one of the ways I found out my purpose early, was this second part. So try it and you'll be convinced. Now the third way that you can actually trace your life purpose is by fellowship. Fellowship is what really helped me to find out my purpose. Fellowship is where you always come to God, when you always praise Him, when you have this time you praise God, you think about God, you think about all He has created, you think about the powers and everything that He has, you think about the privilege that He has given you as a child of God, you think about every single thing. You begin to praise Him, you begin to ask Him questions. God, what is in your mind? God, what do you have in mind creating me? Lord, why did you bring me to this earth? Why am I existing at this point in time? People don't really live forever. Now for God to bring you to this earth and you are alive in this time, in this generation, there must be a reason why you are there. So you come to God, you give God all the praises, you communicate with God. Most of the times it's called quiet time, or having a devotion with Jesus. When you go there, you speak in strange words, you talk to Him directly, you ask Him some questions, you get to know His mind, and He'll get to know your mind too. Now imagine when God created Adam. Firstly, that God really in the Bible said that God always come down to fellowship with Adam. Imagine that scenario, that God will come down and tell Adam, Adam, I've met some animals, but I'm not giving them a name. All right, so go and give them a name. Let's see what you can come up with. That fellowship, Adam will say, God, you want to test me, you want to test the ability that you have given me. No, let me go. That kind of fellowship, Adam will go and call this one, you are lion, you are dog, you are this, you are that. And the Bible recorded that God never for one day argue with Adam in whatever he comes up with. God always see what Adam does as a nice one. God never for one day said, no, because I know more than you, or because I created you, I feel like lion's supposed to be big or smaller. I think this was supposed to be called lion, and this was God accepted everything. This is to tell that God finds this joy when we come together, when we reason together and all that. Even to an extent, when God was making other creatures of the earth, God never called the other beings to join him. But why is it that when it comes to man, God said, let us make man in our own image? Like, come. So God really wants that scenario where we come to him, when we reason together, when we think together, when we talk one-on-one. So whenever God sends that there is somebody calling his presence, like not for anything, just for fellowship, God is always there. Now, when you are calling upon God, when you are seeking a fellowship with God, this is what God do. God comes down and God listens to your heart. God gets to know what you want. If it's about, Lord, who am I? Lord, I want to know who am I. God, I'm tired of living the way I am. God, you should have a better plan for me. God, I want to know, what are your plans for me? What do you have in mind about my life? And all that. When God will get to know what you want, and you will get to know what God wants, because God is gonna release a lot of revelations for you, and God is going to release a lot of mysteries in your life, and you begin to understand what he has in mind for you. That is just to tell you that Jeremiah 33 verse 3 says that, call unto me, I will answer you, and I will show you wonderful and marvelous things that you don't know about. So things about your life, there are a lot of mysteries towards, like, behind your coming, a lot of mysteries behind your family, and all these mysteries are really released in the course of fellowship. So imagine if you're not really fellowshipping with God. So let's look at the last one. The last way that you can actually trace your life purpose is by mentorship. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that will help you to understand the essence of mentorship in the course of finding who you are. You all know the story of Eli and Samuel, or let's say Samuel and God. When Samuel, a 12-year-old boy, was being called by God, the first time God called Samuel, and Samuel ran to Eli and said, Master, you called. And Eli said, I did not call you. And the second time, God called Samuel, and Samuel went back to his master and said, Master, you called me. And this man said, I did not call you. And for the third time and the last time, God called Samuel, and Samuel still went back there. And what was Eli's response? Eli said, if this voice should call you again, just say, speak up, Lord, for your servant is listening. Now, I want to draw something to your understanding. Now, this is the reason for having an experienced person, a mentor, someone that has been there, someone that can tell you that these are the things that God's saying, someone that have been with God and understand how God operates. All right. Now, imagine if there wasn't anybody like Eli. How do Samuel get to know what to do at every point in time? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because during the course of fellowship, God can actually give you like dreams, revelations, mystery that you cannot really interpret. Now, the essence of pastors, the essence that the reason why God is really taking his time to train some people, train some pastors and all that, give them words, give them wisdom and knowledge and all that, is because he believes that the younger generation will be coming to them for counseling. Even God said that you should be there in the council of the wise. Now, the reason why God said that you should be there in the counsel of the wise, because God has given some men the ability, the wisdom to counsel. Now, what God is gonna give to you or do for you when you come to Him in fellowship is to tell you things that about your life that you yourself you don't understand. Now, the reason why you don't understand, because you are just like, you are a kind of person for the first time. You are coming to God, you are communicating with the spirit being, and gradually when you are subjected to mentorship, you begin to get shaped in spirit and all that. You begin to understand how the spirits work, what is needed, what God is saying, how He's saying it, what He actually meant. All these things. People don't really understand dreams. That is why when they dream, they don't really accord whatever respect or whatever to the dream. Dreams is one of the way that God speaks to us. Now, the reason why God has given some people gifting and wisdom is to help people like us that will go to God and receive one parable like that. We need to go to them and ask and say, what do you think God is saying? Now, these people are going to help you. They're going to interpret those things that God is saying, because it's not like they are doing it naturally, or they are doing it because of they have the same equal right with God. They're doing it because it is God's gifting to them. It is what God has equipped them for. So God is keeping them there because God knows that some people will actually come back to Him or go to Him and ask the same question. So God is going to connect you to these great men through mentorship. Now, in mentorship, you get to know what to do. In mentorship, you change your question, you change your answer, you change what you do with God. Now, imagine Samuel coming back to God for the third time, and God called him and he now said, Master, speak up, for your servant is listening. Now, mentorship, a mentor is going to be the one to tell you what to do at any point in time. You begin to change the things you say to God in prayer. You begin to change the things when God is giving you a revelation. Let's just say this thing. When God is giving you a revelation concerning something, God really wants you to give Him that go ahead order. Lord, I am listening. What do I do? Imagine God showing you like places or some stuff that you don't understand, and when you come back to God, you be like, God, I don't understand. Like, what does this thing mean? And God keep on showing you that same thing. Tomorrow you dream of seeing that same thing, and you keep on coming back to God. God, what do I do? God, what is this? What do you mean? And all that. When you keep on doing that, it's gonna look like God is keeping quiet, or God is not doing the next thing, or God is not taking you from one level to another, because you keep on asking one silly question that shouldn't be asked at that point in time. Now, when you have a mentor or someone that is superior spiritually than you, what you get to know is he will get to help you to understand the mind of God. Now, instead of you to go back to God and say, God, what does this thing mean? Well, now you're not ask God, now, God, what do you want me to do? How do I do this? Unlike before, you always go back to God and say, God, what does this thing mean? God, I'm not understanding anything. What does it mean? What do you mean by what should I do? All this kind of thing. Now you ask God, what should I do, and how should I go about it? Now, you can't really understand this. You really know what to do if you don't really have someone that is superior than you. And I'm really seeing it as, I don't know how possible it's going to be like for every young person that is so intentional about people's not really having a mentor. Like, you should have a mentor, someone you listen to, someone that you are being subjected to, someone that is superior than you, someone that knows better than you. Now, even if it's someone that you are older than, as long as that person has what it takes to help you to actualize your purpose, you become so subjected to that person that whatever thing that you get to see or get to hear from God that is so confusing, you come back to him or her. Now, this person is gonna help you, he's gonna pray with you, he's gonna communicate with you. While you go back to ask God the other question, the other mentor or the mentor you have will be there praying, God, I pray that when this baby, when this girl, when this guy will come to your presence to ask for this question, Lord, I pray for understanding, I pray for clarity. These people are also called intercessors. They help you, they intercede for you, they pray for you, they ask God for grace upon your life while you go through the process of finding who you are and crying out to God. This is the essence of mentorship. It will help you, because it helped me. And ask anybody that is great today, or any man or any woman that is very convinced that this is who I am. They always have that. We always have the same story. Like, mentorship is one of the common story that exists between or among these people. So when you get to practice all these things, you will you will definitely find your purpose. And please, when you practice this thing, do it like consistently, do it every day, do it like your life depends on it, do it like God, if God did not answer you, you're gonna die and all that. And there's no way God will not answer you. That's just it. There's no way. Imagine me finding my purpose when I was very, very young. You can still do that. A year is too long for God to show you your purpose. If you can just be so intentional about that and take away whatever that will cause distraction and all that. Alright, so I am done with this video. Let me hear what you think about this video, and if there's something else you want me to do, if there's anything you want me to talk about, if there's some things you don't really understand, let me know in the comment section and tell me how helpful this video is to you. And please share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.